Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I want to share a gentle little story for any child who has ever felt too small to help or too shy to try. If your kid ever says, "I can't do much, I'm just me," this story is for them. Take a deep breath and listen. High above the fields and forests, the sky was full of clouds. Some were big and dark and loud. They rolled in with thunder and heavy rain. Some were soft and gray. They floated quietly and dropped gentle showers that helped flowers drink. And then there was Nori, a very small cloud, round and fluffy and a little bit shy. Whenever the wind rushed past, it called, "Come on, clouds, time to rain." The big storm clouds puffed up proudly and shouted, "Ready!" Water poured from them like waterfalls. Rivers filled, trees danced. The whole world smelled fresh and new. Nori watched from behind them and felt tiny raindrops forming inside his soft body. But at the last moment, he always squeezed them tight again. What if my rain is too little? Nori worried. What if everyone laughs and says, "Is that all?" Maybe I should just stay fluffy and quiet. So Nori drifted along, night after night, watching everyone else do their jobs while he kept all his raindrops trapped inside. Down below, in a small village, lived a girl named Mia, who loved to grow things. She had a little garden with bright flowers and crunchy vegetables and a tiny patch of soft grass. Every morning she greeted her plants. Every evening she watered them with a small silver watering can that was almost as tall as her arm. One week the sun stayed out longer than usual. The days were hot. The air felt heavy. The soil in Mia's garden began to crack. Leaves curled at the edges. The flowers slowly lowered their heads. Mia carried her watering can back and forth until her arms felt like noodles. The garden was big. The can was small. Her eyes filled with tears. She looked up at the sky and saw almost nothing there. The big gray rain clouds had drifted away to another country. Only Nori and a few wisps of cloud were left, glowing softly in the evening light. "Please," Mia whispered, "just a little rain for my garden. I don't need a storm. Just enough so my flowers don't give up." Nori heard her tiny voice. He saw the dry ground and the drooping plants. His cloud heart squeezed so tightly that his raindrops trembled, asking to fall. For a second, courage woke up inside him. Then the old fear slid in again. "I'm not like the others," he told himself. "I'm not a strong storm. I'm just Nori. If I try to rain, it will be a silly little sprinkle, and nothing will really change." At that moment, the wind returned, this time moving slowly instead of racing. It brushed past Nori like a soft hand and asked, "Little cloud, why are you still holding all your raindrops when the world down there is so thirsty?" Nori answered, "I'm scared my rain will be too small. What if it doesn't matter? What if everyone still stays thirsty after I'm done?" The wind was quiet for a while. Then it said, "Do you see that girl in her garden?" Nori looked down at Mia, sitting in the dust with her empty watering can. "She doesn't need every cloud in the sky," the wind said. "She just needs one to care. Small doesn't mean useless. Think of a seed. It is tiny, but inside it there is a whole tree. Your raindrops may be small, but they can still wake something up." Nori thought about seeds and trees and about the way Mia had looked straight up at him as if she hoped the sky was listening. He still felt scared. But under the fear there was something new, a quiet wish to try. "Maybe," Nori whispered, "maybe I can help. Just a little." He took a deep, puffy breath. He made a promise to himself to start with just one drop. Nori loosened his hold on a single raindrop and let it fall. The drop slipped out of him, fell through the warm summer air, and landed with a soft plip on a dusty leaf in Mia's garden. The leaf shivered and turned the slightest bit greener. Nori's eyes widened. "I did that," he thought. "My small drop changed something." He felt a little braver, so he let another drop go. Then another. Soon, a gentle sprinkle drifted down from his tiny cloud. It was not a thunderstorm. There was no lightning. There was no roar. But in Mia's garden, the soil slowly darkened. The dry cracks closed. The flowers lifted their tired heads. Everything began to smell cool and fresh. Mia felt a raindrop land on her nose. She blinked in surprise and then laughed out loud. She held out her hands to catch the tiny shower and spun in a slow circle. When she looked up, she saw Nori glowing faintly above the garden. "Thank you, little cloud," she called. "I thought the sky had forgotten us." Hearing that, Nori felt warmer than he ever had before. Nobody was laughing at his small rain. Nobody was asking, "Is that all?" For this one garden and this one girl, his little rain was exactly enough. After a while, the shower slowed and stopped. Nori felt lighter and calmer, as if he had finally released a very long breath he had been holding inside his fluffy chest. The wind came back and asked, "How do you feel now?" Nori looked down at the shining garden where Mia was happily touching the wet leaves and refilling her watering can from a tiny puddle. He said, "I always believed I had to be big and important to matter. Now I see that even a tiny cloud can make a big difference to someone who needs it." The wind swirled around him in a happy circle. "That's the secret many clouds never learn," it said. "You don't have to water every field or fix every problem on Earth. You just have to share the rain you have, right where you are." From that day on, Nori was still small and sometimes still shy. When huge storm clouds rolled past, rumbling and flashing, he sometimes felt invisible again. But whenever he saw a lonely tree in dry ground, a dusty playground, a thirsty garden, or a child looking up with an empty watering can, he remembered Mia's smile and the way that first leaf had turned greener. Then he puffed up his courage, whispered to himself, "I can help here," and let his gentle raindrops fall. Down on the ground, in quiet corners that big storms often rushed past, little green miracles kept appearing wherever the shy cloud named Nori chose to share what he had. And if you ever feel small or shy or not enough, maybe you can remember Nori and say, "I don't have to do everything. I just have to give the little bit of rain I have today."